Imagine this. Someone texts you back instantly every time, and you feel nothing. But someone else takes 3 days to reply, and you can't stop thinking about them. Why does that happen? Because your brain is not looking for love. It's looking for a reward it can't predict. There's a mechanism in your brain called intermittent reinforcement, and once you understand it, you will never look at your relationships the same way again. In the 1950s, a psychologist named Skinner ran an experiment with pigeons. He created 2 food machines. The first gave food every single time. The second gave food randomly, sometimes yes, sometimes nothing, never at the same moment. The pigeons became obsessed with the second machine. They pressed it over and over, without stopping, because uncertainty produces more dopamine than certainty. Your brain works exactly the same way. Think about the person who made you feel crazy. Hot one day, cold the next, made you feel special, then disappeared. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Your brain wasn't attached to that person. It was attached to the cycle, to the anticipation, to the hope that this time, it would be different. And that's why stable relationships can feel less exciting at the beginning, not because they're less valuable, but because when the reward is guaranteed, dopamine doesn't spike as high. Casinos built billion-dollar industries on this exact mechanism. You don't win every time, but you win just enough to keep pulling the lever. Toxic relationships run on the same principle. You're not chasing someone who treats you badly. You're chasing the intensity, and your brain cannot tell the difference between intensity and anxiety. So what do you do with this? First, recognize the pattern when it's happening. When you feel obsessed with someone who gives you nothing consistently, that's not love. That's your dopamine system being hijacked. Second, notice what feels boring to you, because the person who texts back, who shows up, who is simply there, your brain might label them as boring. But boring is just another word for safe. And safe is not the enemy. Safe is what you actually deserve. Your brain was wired to chase the unpredictable. But you are not a pigeon. You get to choose differently. Drop it in the comments. Have you ever confused anxiety for attraction? Because most people have. And most people never realized it.